And we are live. Bleacher
Yo,
Brothers, Sports Profits, TK Wins, and SM Picks all in the building. I'm going to give it to you guys right away. I've been on here for the last 4 weeks now. Scotty, you were on here before. So let's
Yep.
introduce the CEO of TK Wins, Tommy the Hitman King.
yeah,
Tell
man, pleasure to be in there with you guys today, man. I thought I got enough
that
of you guys yesterday, but I decided to take some more beatings here today from you guys. A little abuse here today.
There you go, guys. Just so you know, we do a show called Get the Edge, the three of us that Scotty is the host of. Every Wednesday we go live on YouTube, and then the show's available on our Get the Edge podcast channel. Scotty's been on here before. Scotty, how you doing today?
Doing good, Teddy. Appreciate you having us on with you, man. Looking forward to it. Got a lot of stuff on my mind. We got a lot of games going on now. Good time of the year to make some money. Holidays around the corner, so let's do it.
Everyone needs money this time of year. I'll tell you what, that's what I'm hearing a lot of. Everyone needs to buy Christmas presents and Hanukkah presents and all that good stuff. So, we have a whole new audience today, so we can go through a lot of the games that we went through yesterday because we have whole new sets of eyeballs um, on this show versus the other show. So this is all going to be it's going to be repetitive for us, but it's going to be new for everyone watching because, like I said, everyone is new here. Before we get into that, though, couple interesting things going on in the sports world. ESPN and Penn Entertainment, the company that was once bought Barstool, paid Dave Portnoy hundreds of millions, and then Portnoy bought Barstool back from them for $1. That famous story. Now ESPN Bet is no longer. ESPN is partnering with DraftKings. They just signed a new partnership deal with DraftKings, and Penn is going to be moving over to the Score app. Do you guys use the Score app at all?
I use the Score app. I use it.
I I love the Score app.
It's a
That's
little
my app
slow
of
all the
choice.
time. I have a lot of issues where it delays for a while, and then
You
it
know what's
comes back
funny
on.
about that, Scotty? I was watching some games not this weekend, but two Saturdays ago, and I noticed that things were happening on the TV, and the Score app wasn't updating for
Yeah,
multiple minutes later. The Score app used to be ahead of my TV,
right, right,
Yep.
big
and
time.
now it's behind my TV. So that's interesting. I wonder what app people use the most. I know everyone that I associate with uses the Score app. So I guess now you're going to be able to go right on that app and put bets in if
You
you're in the
you
right
still
state.
you can bet on there right now if you're in Canada. They got the Score up there in Canada. You can bet
Right.
right on there. I'm sure that's going to be the same way now, but it's actually ESPN. I think is keeping the name ESPN Bet. They're just using DraftKings feed, from what I'm understood. I don't think ESPN bets can be named DraftKings. They're just going to be using their feed. That's what I was reading here a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, that makes
Well,
sense.
that could be. I haven't uh I haven't dug too deep into it. I just got an email from one of my partners that it's going on, so I'm not too sure. But it's
Yeah,
going
it
to be
starts December
interesting.
1st.
It's funny because everyone said, "Oh, after all the NBA stuff, everyone said, "Oh, the partnerships, they're going to drop their partnerships." And they're not dropping. They're signing new contracts for more money. So, I think this is a big sign that this stuff isn't going anywhere.
That's what I've been trying to tell you guys. Yeah, you can't listen to just rumblings or rumors. It's going to be way more than that for this stuff to go bye bye. I
Well,
just
it might not go bye, but they said they're making changes to it. There might be only over bettings. You can't bet under bettings, and there's going to be a lot of stuff there. I think all these bookmakers out there, like ESPN Bet, FanDuel, DraftKings, they're shaking this because this Kelce thing is really flying off right now. That's the word on the street out there. That's the latest and the greatest for these guys out there.
Yeah, I agree with that. Kalshi and Polymarket. I mean, you can the beauty of these sites too is you can bet all kind of stuff. You can bet if Donald Trump is you can bet on when the government's going to reopen. The whole government shutdown going on right now. People like that. People like those fun, silly bets. So, there's no data or handicapping behind them, but people like that stuff. So, Yeah, I agree with you there, TK. When we went to the conference last May, there was there was the lawyer for Kalshi and the lawyer for one of the Indian tribes, not the Seminole, but a different tribe. And these guys are going head to head. The Indian tribal lawyers and the Kalshi lawyers and the poly market lawyers are going head to head. So that's what I'm saying. Hey guys, I actually got an NBA game right last night.
Oh,
They, we
I,
both
no,
I
did.
what?
can't I can't believe it. Did the Pistons cover too?
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah,
I, I
man.
I used 3 games in the NBA last night, buying points down, and I got all three by doing adjusting the numbers. Unbelievable. I adjusted the Pistons, the Cavaliers. I got because that game went way higher, but I had it earlier. I adjusted that one down, and I adjusted the San Antonio game before it swung very late the other way. It went from Lakers 1.5. I bought it up to 2.5 with San Antonio. Got all my guys in, and then San Antonio went to a 1.5 point favorite like a half hour before game time. So I got lucky, adjusted all my numbers, and I caught a good night last night in the NBA with those games.
Scotty, can you give, the people watching, this is, they might be new to our style. So what did you do specifically with the other two games? Like what was the number at and what did you buy it to and what did they win by if your
Well,
memory can
I didn't
recall?
really have to do. I didn't really have to do much with the Pistons because it never moved above 9.5. I brought it down to 8.5, but they won by 11, so it really didn't matter in that spot. But I just like that. I like certain numbers, and I try to get them to a certain point based on all my numbers I look at, the work I put in, my experience being around this business as long as I have. So there's always a number in my mind that I think is the forefront number to be at. And the other game, like I said, was Detroit. I had Cleveland, and Cleveland was at one point it was anywhere from 10.5. It went up to 11.5. I got it when it was 10.5. I told my guys to get it down to 9.5. Again, I put those out on social media mainly as free stuff, but I told everyone to buy it down to 9.5. So it didn't matter. So I got the job done. I mean, some nights it happens that way. It falls close. And some nights they're blowouts. Some nights you get blown out yourself. So at the end of the day, nights like that are good to have because it seems like you made the right call, and that was the difference maker. At least on the San Antonio game for sure. The other two really came into play. It was close, but not really affecting the total outcome. But the San Antonio game was a big factor because going to 2.5, they lost by 2. That was a wild game. Did you guys watch the ending of that game, Teddy? You guys,
I
you probably
actually if you look, I was sleeping, but if you look at my Instagram, I had a buddy of mine send me the clip of the ending and we did a
inbound
little edit.
violation
Yeah, we did a
before that.
little edit. Did you see the
Did you?
little edit I posted?
No, I
Yeah,
didn't
I
get it.
haven't seen it yet either.
Well, you guys watched the story, so you had to have seen it. You might just not been paying
I
attention.
did- probably went by it. I watched the story, but I didn't
I saw
catch it.
you
Now
guys.
I'll watch it after the
I
show
don't know if
here.
you guys caught exactly how that game ended, but it was pretty wild. I never saw an ending like that. There was like 2 seconds left in the game. It was a 4 point game with about 7 or 8 seconds left. San Antonio came down and scored, cut it to 2. The Lakers were taking the ball out of bounds to inbound it with 2 seconds left. And they called a violation. They gave the ball back to San Antonio because they said Smart wasn't out of bounds when he threw the ball in. I mean, when do you see that happen on a veteran?
Wow, that's
Yeah,
a
so they
college.
right. I never seen a turnover like that with 2 seconds left. So to make a long story short, 2 seconds left, ball goes back to San Antonio. San Antonio, uh, drives to the basket. They foul him, the Lakers, with 1/10 of a second left as he drives to the basket, and they put him on the line. And the guy missed the first 1 or 2, which I was praying to God he would, because it would have went to OT if he would have hit them both. And that's how that game ended. It ended at 2. I had plus 2.5, so I had to sweat my ass
We
off, but I
both
got the job done.
we both won. We
There you
both
go.
won. I had money line Lake had, and my guy Billy the Beard had San Antonio at +3 or 2.5 or 3. I don't remember what it was because earlier in the day when we were doing the show, it was Lakers by like 3, I think, that early in the
One and
Yeah.
a
day.
half.
Yeah, it was
But I
higher.
bought it up anyway. I got it up, and then at the end, actually, that game went to 1.5 San Antonio. It flipped after 9:30 p.m. That was a 10:30 or 10:15 start. 10:15 start. So like 45 minutes before the game, San Antonio actually went to a 1.5-point favorite. So thank God I locked everyone in way earlier, because then I would have probably just money lined it and I would end up losing and I would have been pissed. So it worked out pretty good.
Well, yeah, we all won in the NBA last night. I had the winner last night in the Denver Miami game. I just sweat that one out at the end. Denver was up pretty big, and they let Miami come back and they hit a couple 3-pointers there at the end. But got the win by half a point last night. Denver took out Miami, so that was a good
Is
one. So
it
we all won in
is
the
it
NBA yesterday.
is it too early to
Yep.
say that Miami caught fire at the end?
Yeah, that
You
was a
guys
good one.
didn't hear that.
Spolster's,
You guys didn't
yeah,
hear?
Spolster's house. He burned down heavy fire at
Oh, I
Spolster's.
lost them.
What
Yeah,
about
Spolster.
Bayo? Got injured in that game. Left the court. I don't know when it was. Was it early in the game or late in the game? Their leading scorer and best player. I don't know how long, if he's going to be in and out, or
Who?
it
You
wasn't a
cut out
major
for a
thing.
second. Did you say you said Hero got hurt?
No,
No,
Abayu, whatever is that.
Oh,
Abayu?
Bam.
yeah,
Okay.
Damn.
Did you see what
Bam
happened
came
with
on.
Spoelstra?
Yeah, his
No,
house started on fire in Miami.
His house
his
burned to the
house.
ground. His house burned to the ground. Crazy.
You
Imagine
think
being.
it was his ex-wife?
Yeah, right.
He did just get a divorce recently, right?
Yeah, he did.
But
Maybe he's got to make some insurance money back or something.
it's been about a year.
Boy, boy,
Did he
oh boy.
remarry though? I think I saw he had a wedding ring on. I don't know. I don't know if
I
he's
don't know.
remarried or.
Maybe he
But
left the other ring on. They say the
he's
chicks like wedding rings.
he's a
Yeah.
great coach. He's a great coach, Spoelstra.
Oh, he's unbelievable. He's going to be the Olympic coach this year. So we don't really have any NBA tonight. There's one game. Is anyone on anything in that before we move on to
I stayed
football?
away from the basketball. There's a couple games at college, but I stayed away from the hoops here. I'm a
College. Are
country
you
guy.
guys playing college? Are you guys playing
I
college yet? Or are you
started. I
waiting?
started on Monday. I started college on Monday.
I played opening night and I haven't played since. I didn't see any value last night. Not looking at any value in my opinion tonight. I'll probably start picking it up this later in the week towards the weekend.
Not
But no, I'm not.
not a lot
I'm
of
not
games
moving.
on. Not a lot of games on tonight in college basketball either. It's
Well,
a
there's
pretty
some, but I mean they're big numbers
yeah.
and
There's some, but they're not really. You got like Campbell versus West Virginia, Cal Northridge versus Northern Iowa, University of Nebraska Omaha versus Abilene Christian. I guess this might be a good game. Drake versus Robert Morris. Usually these two teams do pretty well for smaller schools, but yeah, I want to wait until tomorrow and then Saturday. I'm assuming we're gonna have a big. See, there's some good games tomorrow. Kansas, North Carolina.
yep.
Some bigger games tomorrow. The thing with college basketball, the way I approach it is, and I'm sure you guys feel the same way. I like a big board, right?
Yeah,
I like to
same.
see a big board. I like to see a lot of options. I like to see some small schools, some big schools, and then I like to attack a board like that. Like the Tuesday night board, I like that board a lot. I went 3-1 on that board. I had Duke, I had Wichita
Duke,
State. What's that,
they look
Scotty?
good. The
Oh,
Duke
they
look
look
good.
good.
Duke looked
I,
great. Kyle Boozer, he looked amazing at a game. He's going to leave to the NBA probably after 1, maybe 2 years. He's definitely
Is
going
that
to the
is that
NBA.
Boozer's son? Is that
That's
Carlos
his
Boozer's
son.
son?
Yeah, Florida boy. Yep.
Yeah, Carlos Boozer's son.
Yeah,
He had
I
a big
mean,
second half. He didn't look great in the first half. I disagree that he was that dominating. He was just dominating in the second half of the
Second
game.
half.
Half he didn't show up at all. I mean, you play for a team like Duke. I mean, granted, you're going to get a lot of attention to begin with, and being the fact that your dad's a pretty damn good player, wasn't a slouch by any stretch in the NBA. So you're going to even get more eyes on you. And then playing for a program like Duke gets you even more eyes. So you're going to have to come with your A game pretty much every night when your father's a former NBA pretty damn good player and you're playing for a program like Duke. So a lot of pressure on you as a young kid. What's he, 18 years old, 19 at the most?
Yeah, he's got a brother as well. That's a pretty damn good player as well, from I was been told. So 2 good players out of that Boozer family.
Well, we'll see what happens, man. Time will
what?
tell. But Duke 20, I think that was their 27th straight win to start a season off in a row. 27 and
Yeah,
0.
and I was a little
Opening
concerned. I was a little concerned that they would be missing Flag, but it looks like they're not missing a beat. And then speaking of Flag, what about the Mavericks? 2-6 right now. Cooper Flag said in a joking way, he said, "This is the most losing I've ever done in my because these really good players, when they're in high school, they're winning a lot. When they're in college, they're playing for top tier teams, winning a ton. He wasn't used to losing 6 out of 8 games at Duke or probably his high school either. What do you guys think of the Mavericks with a 2-6 start?
Well, I'll tell you what I think. You got some old, worn out bodies there. You got Anthony Davis. He's been beaten and bruised up for so many years. You got Clay Thompson. He's been around the league for a long time, beaten and bruised up around this young superstar. You got your best ball handler, not even playing, sitting on the bench as a cheerleader with Kyrie Irving. You got Lively, who's a pretty decent player. I mean. I thought it would take that whole nucleus to work together to make anything happen. But I think once they get the nucleus together, they got a possibility. But don't forget, they got some old players in there. Anthony Davis, he's been around, man, a long time, and he's beat up. His body's been abused and bruised for a long time. And listen, you're playing against young warriors. Look at this team like OKC, young players, talent, the tough guys. A lot of players, a lot of teams like that. It's not going to be easy for Dallas. You got to get Kyrie back, in the lineup, moving and grooving, setting up the plays, making it a lot easier for guys to penetrate, shoot from the outside, because everyone's going to be worrying about what he's doing. So I'm not
And
shocked.
He's no spring chicken either. He's another old guy.
Yeah, but listen. He's been out of the lineup more than he's been in the lineup over the last. So he's got some wear and tear still left on those tires because he's been in a lot.
He's like that. He's like that really nice car that you keep in the garage. You don't drive it too much. You drive it just enough to keep the engine running. But he's got a lot of miles left. I mean, think about all the time he's missed. He's had a lot of missed time between, he couldn't play because of COVID because he wouldn't take the vaccine, and then injuries. So in the last, I would say 5 years, he's probably really only played, if you combine his seasons, maybe
2%.
2.5. I was going to say probably 2.5 seasons out of 5 seasons. So
yeah,
you're right. He probably is fresher. They play the Grizzlies. They play the Grizzlies tomorrow. Grizzlies are a 3.5-point favorite
too, man. John Morant having issues.
That was going to be my next question. A lot of people say he might come to the Heat.
Who, John Morant? Who wants him? I don't want him. You keep him.
He seems to be a problem.
No,
we
don't want a problem child. And Spoelstra's had that with Jimmy Butler. He's had that with other players. You don't want problem child. You don't need that shit.
And Miami probably doesn't have the money either to get a lot of these good or better players.
Money, because at the end of the day, the money ain't changing them. It makes them sometimes even more ridiculous. The more they make, the more they act. The opposite. So you need a team like Miami. They need to gel. They need players that are going to work together. They don't need a guy that's going to separate themselves. It's me versus all the rest of you guys on the team. So I disagree. I think John Morant would not be a good fit in Miami whatsoever. My opinion, of course.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that at all. You don't want problems in the locker room, especially in Miami. It's a great place to play, but
We've seen it enough with some of these guys, Daddy. We see they change the spots on the lip. It don't go away, man. They don't go away.
It's a tough. Miami doesn't let players do what they want. If you remember, Miami, they were telling who was the rapper? There was a rapper that would come to every Heat game, bring a bunch of his friends.
There's a Flo Rida.
Lil Wayne. It might be Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne. Yeah, they basically told Lil Wayne he can't be bringing all his friends to every game and intermingling. And he was a loyal guy. He was at every Heat game, and he stopped going. He said, "Screw that."
Flo Rida used to go to all the games. I don't see him there either anymore. He hasn't been there.
I don't see any of them. The Heat games, if you remember, what's that?
They probably put the word out to each other. Hey, they told us to buzz off. Let's boycott it. Not any of us show.
I think so. But John Morant, they're trying to deal him. Do you see him being a good fit anywhere, or do you think that kind of attitude just is a poison wherever he goes?
I just don't like. I don't like the approach, man. I don't like his approach. There's something missing there. I mean, he's a talent, of course. From a talent standpoint, of course, take him. but what comes with that talent, it could be an issue, and it could mess up the team, and it could mess up the morale. So I don't know. We've
Do
seen
you
it
think?
already.
Do you think a guy like that can change
He's
if it
young, man.
means?
I mean, he's young, he's rich. He's got his ways. He's in with his group of guys. Is he going to change for somebody? Is he going to listen to a guy like Pat Riley, almost 80 years old? Is he going to listen to a Hall of Fame coach, first ballot, and Eric Spoelstra? I would hope, but I don't know if he would. That's the problem.
He was just suspended too, wasn't he, Moran? Isn't he suspended right now?
He was just suspended for one game for talking back to his coach.
He was
It
talking
wasn't
back.
anything crazy.
Yeah, he was saying nasty. He was saying the derogatory stuff that really a star player shouldn't be saying. That guy should be happy, the happiest man alive, that he's got a career and he's getting paid the kind of money he's getting paid for a game he loves. He should be out there representing the team in a different fashion. You're the leader of the team. You're the superstar. Go out there and show the shield a little better. Don't be the one that's taking the shield and moving it, in other directions. Put the team together and let the team see that you're the leader and want to be around you, not separating yourself from the team.
Yeah, I agree. So real quick before we get into football picks, just want to say rest in peace to Marshawn Kneeland. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard about that. Wow.
Hey, I heard he was chased by the cops, wrecked his car, and then he disappeared for a few hours, and they found him. He shot himself. Is that the true story?
What the hell went on there?
I don't know, but he scored. He's a defensive player. Scored a defensive touchdown on Monday night. Wow. How do you go from scoring your first ever NFL touchdown as a defensive player on a Monday night to
24?
You got to ending your life on a Wednesday night.
Something wasn't right there. Obviously,
there's a piece to this story that we're gonna find out. Something's gonna come out because there's no way that there's not more to this story.
Yeah, there's got to be some with the wife, girlfriend, or something's got to be involved. Or something.
It could be that. It could be that he was doing something very illegal, and he knew that if he got caught, he was going to go to jail or prison, or could have been that he was doing something very wrong. Maybe he had something in the car. Maybe who knows? But there's going to be more to the story. We'll get back to it. Let's get these people some football picks, huh? How about that? That's what everyone's here for. That's what everyone wants. We kind of did this already. Last night, I don't know about that Northern Illinois, man.
They didn't even show up. They forgot there was a game. Well, they did make a field goal. They made it up in the late show with the basketball. They went 1-1 yesterday.
That's what happened to me. I gave the under in that game, and it almost hit, but NIU couldn't stop Toledo, man. They couldn't stop them. It was pretty crazy.
On paper, it looked like it was going to be a one-sided type of game. I mean, that's why I hate games like that to begin with. When you get those kind of teams, and you're looking for bad teams to win for you in certain spots. But one team was a little more stronger, much more stronger. They were two touchdown favorite, much better record, much better overall. Now you're asking a bad team to stay up with them.
Let's get into tonight. I'm going to throw it to you first, T. I think for today's show, instead of going in the sport order, we're just going to go in the day order. So we could do NFL or college tonight, whatever you want to give us, T.
I'm going into college football. I got my other stuff going in my service here tonight, but I'm going to take Georgia Southern here tonight. Just looking at the current line right now. When we were at the show yesterday, it was 6.5, 6. It's down to 5.5 right now.
5.5. I saw that.
Yeah, 5.5, 61.5. I'm going to still take Georgia Southern, man. Like I told you guys yesterday, Georgia Southern 6-1 their last 7 against the spread versus App State, and App State is only 1-4 their last 5 against the spread on Thursday nights. But when these two play each other, I think this game's called a certain type of game. I forgot what they call this matchup between Georgia Southern, App State. What do they call this game? It's like a rivalry game or something.
They call it a shit matchup. That's what they.
Oh, yeah, App State. I forgot what they call it.
Yeah,
let's see what they call it.
That's what it's called, T.
I don't think it's a bad game, Georgia Southern.
Oh yeah, great game. 3-5 and 4-4 all day long, man.
Let me see what they call this game. I forgot what it is.
If we did a poll, how many people?
It's a rivalry known as Deeper Than
Hate. Yeah, Deeper Than Hate. Yeah, big history in these two FCS teams.
Listen, but
T.
Scotty, you got to give it to T. He crushes these weekday games, so let him do his thing, man. All right,
Friday Night Lights, man. We
Scotty,
get
what are
to
you on?
Friday.
What are you on
Friday Night
tonight,
Lights are the
Scotty?
best.
I'm not taking anything away from T. I'm just saying it's a shit matchup. These kind of
It,
teams. That's all.
it is. It is. But that's what we
At the
get during
end
the
of the day,
week. But you know what? In
but we got nothing else to choose from, so we got to go
when
where we
December
have.
when football season's over, we're gonna be missing these shit matchups on a Wednesday or
Oh,
Thursday
Yep.
no
night.
doubt, no doubt about it.
I can't wait till the
Doubt.
bowl games come up, man. I think this is going to be a great year, better than last year with the bowl games that are coming up with this playoff matchup format. I think it's going to be fun to watch this year in the college football. Instead of watching the Georgia Peach Toilet Bowl, we'll be watching real games this year. Be something nice to watch.
There you
I
go.
like it. I'm excited.
The
I'm
bowl
excited
game.
for bowl season. All right,
And
Scotty, what do you like tonight?
I'm going to take NHL tonight. I'm going to take the Capitals tonight. They played last night. I hate playing back to back, but I think they got this team's number. I like Washington Capitals tonight, minus 110 on the money line, 110, 115 against Pittsburgh. Capitals play well on the road, 3-1-1. Pittsburgh Penguins play well at home, 3-1-1. They lost their last couple of games, the Penguins. Maybe they're on a down. They're still making Washington a 110, 115 small favorite, even though they played last night. I think they're on the right side of this game, the way they made the number. I like the Capitals. I think the Capitals going to get the job done. Ovechkin. How about Mr. Ovechkin? Not many people talk about this guy.
900.
What is 900?
900.
900 goals. Did you see what
No.
happened? The goalie tried to pocket the puck.
Yeah, great goal too. Behind the back.
He tried pocketing the puck.
Oh, did he?
I wonder. Yeah, the goalie tried to pocket the puck after he scored the goal.
Yeah,
He said he wasn't though. He said he wasn't trying to do it.
No, the
He
players
said
to it. The players are too on to. All the players know that's the next goal's the 900. So you're not going to get away with that one. No way.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny. I mean, what do you think? What was he going to try to do? Sell it on eBay or something? What do you?
no, he said he put it in his pocket because he'd make sure that he actually got it. He wasn't taking. He just wanted to make sure the guy actually got the real puck. That's why he
Gotcha.
said he put it in the side of him.
So I'm gonna put out Washington as a 3-unit selection. I rate them 2 to 5, 5 being the overall best of the best, but 3 is a solid play. And again, guys out there listening in, these are not games to slam by any stretch of any imagination. They're games to have a little fun with. If you're a $100 player, you play like $50. If you're a couple $100 player, you play like $75 to $100. If you're a $25 player, bet 10 or $15. That's what I recommend on that.
Well, guys, I'm moving my USF bet up. I think I gave it 3.75 stars when you asked me about this yesterday, Scotty.
Yep.
And I'm moving this thing up to 5 stars. I just keep looking at this game, and I just don't see how UTSA, their defense is very poor. They give up over 6 yards per play. They have a bottom 30 red zone defense, which means that when people get into the red zone, they score touchdowns against this team. And you're probably going to see touchdowns from outside of the red zone with the explosiveness as USF offense. They might be scoring from the 40-50 yard line with some long runs and long passes if they can't be stopped. So I'm looking at this game, and I don't like using terms like game of the week or stuff like that. But the more I look at this game, I'm like, man, I should have saved this one for my paying clients because I think this can be a true blowout tonight. I mean, is anyone going to talk me out of betting like $5,000 on this thing? Because
I'm keeping my mug shot on this one, Teddy.
you have this one on your private service.
I got a game on it, but I can't say what side.
Well,
but I'm watching it tonight.
Let's think about it this way, T. You got probably a few thousand eyeballs on you right now that have maybe never seen you before. Maybe just try to impress them. They haven't even had a chance to buy your service. We're gonna introduce where they can go at the end of this show to find you. But maybe throw it their way if it's not like it's our regular crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I gave Georgia Southern already. I'll give them another one here tonight.
So tell me, are you going against me?
I'm going against you, Teddy, man. I'm taking UTSA on this one. I'm sorry, bro. I got to do it. I'm getting 14. I'd bite up to 14.5. I know South Florida, they play great football, but UTSA, man, they got a little power to themselves. That's why this total is 67.5, 68. tonight. I don't know if Scott's using anything in this game, but I like UTSA in this one, man. I'm sorry on that one, but they match up well with this number. Too many points in this game for me. I'm not going to say South Florida is not going to win the game, but I don't think they cover. I don't think they cover here tonight, Ben. Sorry
So
to go against you on that one.
you
Let me ask
basically
you,
think
let me ask you a question, Ted. If you think that this team can score from any part, anywhere on the field, and you know UTSA is going to score something,
some
what about the
overs,
total? What about the
some
total?
some overs. Yeah,
Big
might have to
total,
look at that.
67 and a half, 68. I'm sure you got Don Best up in front of you right now. I
Yeah,
think it's
I'm looking.
67 and a half.
Not a
I'm
big.
looking
It's
at
not.
it right now. It's 67 and a half on most. It's 68 on Pinnacle. Pinnacle's pretty sharp. They know what's going on. Um, and it opened.
If you think these teams can put it up, which we both do, we know they can put it up.
They can.
If they don't think you can stop each other. I mean, if T's right, here's my example. If T's right, he's going to need a lot of points
I
because
need points. I agree with you.
South Florida is going to score some points in the game. So that means UTSA is going to have to keep up with them to stay within 14. And you figure they're going to score at least 30 some odd points, 30, 40. I don't know. So, just mathematically, the way I would analyze
It's gonna be a blow. It's gonna be a blow for blow match. It's gonna be blow for blow. And the question is, can UTSA land as many punches as USF lands? But let's move
right.
on to Friday, boys. We got a lot of action, and we got to cram it in here.
Let's do it.
Friday, Scotty, I'll start with you for Friday.
I got a couple I put out on the show yesterday. I like Friday night. I like Houston, the Cougars. I think money line. I'm going to money line the game. It's 1.5. I'm going to take Houston over UCF. I think that's the right spot. Houston let me down last week. I'm looking for them to bounce back and get me the money this week. 4-0 on the road for the Cougars, man. They find a way to play well. They played well in the last road game against Arizona State, which is a very tough place to play. Controlled that game and won it easily as a 7.5 point underdog. Won the game outright by 8. UCF's good at home, 4-1. I get it, but I think that they're going to have their hands full. I think Cougars are going to bounce back and get the job done in this spot. And I like them in this situation on the money line. And the other one I told you, I don't know if we were agreeing. I think you and I agreed on this one, or I went against you. I love USC to blow out Northwestern. I just think USC is too talented at home. They're going to find ways to score points in this game. Northwestern to me is not an exciting team. Almost like TK. When I gotta nudge them to get them excited when we do the show. So I'm going to excite myself by saying that USC. I bring that line down to 13 and a hook. Definitely buy it, guys. Keep it under 14 all day long. And I take USC. I think they blow out Northwestern big time. I don't even think this game. This game's going to be about an 18 to 25 point massacre. I could just see them hitting the gas pedal, and the other side can't keep up with them.
Yeah, I
Boom.
mean, here's the thing. This Northwestern defense, they hold opponents to low points, 21 points or less in 4 out of their last 6, 5-1 against the spread. USC is a better team, but you always say you're a number guy. And the thing I look at this game is like, okay, it seems like the odds makers have just been getting the number wrong for Northwestern all year, going 5-1 against the spread. They're not going 5-1 against the spread because they're a great team. They're going 5-1 against the spread because the numbers wrong on them. And I just think I think this should be a 10, 11, 12 point number. But getting that hook on 14 and getting 14 and a half, like we discussed yesterday, I think that's the way to go.
I don't
And
think
this
it's going to
running
matter. I really don't.
it,
I
it
think
might not matter. This running
there's
back they have, Komalafe, he's very good. He keeps the ball on the ground. It could slow down the scoring a little bit for UFC a little bit. Keep that possession arrow or keep the possession in the hands of Northwestern. But we have a head-to-head one, guys, tonight. We have 2 head-to-heads. We have a head-to-head tonight with me and TK. We got a head-to-head tomorrow with me and Scotty. This is going to be fun. This is going to be very fun. I think me and
yeah.
Scotty.
I just don't think Northwestern didn't impress me, even though I had them with you in their last game against Nebraska. I bought the line. I did the right thing. I got it up to 8, 8.5. The line was 7, 7.5. So we got the win there. They lost by 7. but they didn't play well at all in that game. They didn't look right. They didn't play right.
They
They
didn't. They were lucky to cover.
they play like that against this high flying offense that scores 40 a game. Look at the difference just on offensive scoring: 21 a game, 22 a game versus 40 a game. That's 18 points right there, just on offense. And to try to out defense them at home when you got a team like this that can score, I don't know. I don't see it. I think it's a blowout. I think the lines maker made the lines right on this game. If they were 7.5 in Nebraska, and they're doubling the line basically to 14.5 on this one, I think they're right on this one. I think the USC's a cakewalk winner in this game.
Well, I think you were right. They were definitely lucky to cover, but we will see where the chips fall. So that's Thursday and Friday, boys.
You missed my Friday night's matchup, man.
No,
My Friday
I
night
was just
lights, man.
I was just going to you. I was saying T. I said T, and then
Oh,
yeah.
I got
You
my
get
my
you
Friday
get
night lights, man. It's my Friday night's lights game of the week, man. Tulane
T,
against
tell them
Memphis.
about. Remember, you got to remember this is a new audience. So let's guys, just so you know, TK is, and I'm not trying to even make a play on words here, but he is lights out on his Friday night lights play. T, what is your record like?
Oh,
10
it's
and
sick.
10-2 in the last 12 or something?
It's way up there. I mean, you go back to last year, we had some great numbers on this one. This line when I gave it on the show yesterday was 5.5, and it's down to 4 right now. Tulane's only getting 4, but I'm still jumping on Tulane. I don't think they need the points in this one, but like I always say, I'll take the points. Tulane, they're 4-1 in the last 5 against the spread when they played Memphis. And look at this stat: Tulane on the road, 17-3 their last 20 straight up on the road. I'm going to take the 4 points anyways, but I don't think they need them. Tulane, that's my Friday night lights matchup of the week right there. Tulane taking the points on Friday night.
It's at 3. It's down to 3.5 at Caesars. It's down to 3.5 at Heritage. It's down to
Yep.
3.5 at Bet Online. That thing is moving. They heard you speak, T. They heard the words come out of your mouth, and the line moved. Boy,
Yep,
holy cannoli!
that's that
That's a
Friday
big
night game,
move.
man. I don't know what it is about Friday nights, man. I wish every night was Friday night, I guess.
It's
Maybe you
tough,
should.
man. You got big balls, T, to bet against this Memphis team. You got big ball. I mean,
I will.
you're going against some powerhouses. You're
Yeah,
going
we
against
both had
USF.
Memphis last week. Me and you both had Memphis easily last week, and I've
We
been
did.
following Memphis. But I think Tulane, they can get the job done in this one, man. They got to get the running game going, and that can lead up to some big plays down the field on the pass. So, I think they're going to match up well against Memphis. Like I said, probably don't even need the points. It's a bonus getting 4 points in this one. Take them now before the line goes down to 3.
It's going to be a good one. Going to be some good. That's a good game. You got a 6-2 team versus an 8-1 team. Friday night, you got some
Hey
good
T,
games.
What's that?
when's the last time you had your eyes examined?
Monday actually.
All right, because I don't know how you could say that's great value. A team that's 8-1, that's undefeated at home, you're saying to make the game, you don't need any points.
I don't think they need the points. I don't think they really do. I said that last week in the game, and they didn't need the points. They come through and won easily. I really don't. I'll take it. It's a bonus getting 4 points in this game. Tulane's no schlep either in this conference. They're 6-2 against 8-1. You got to look at these teams played as well. I mean, look at the matchups who they played as well.
Right.
You know what I really liked? I hate to go backwards, but I'm liking that Georgia Southern play with you, T. I think that one looks good. But guys, we got to move on to Saturday. This is a tough Saturday. It really is. Wasn't my favorite Saturday when looking at it, but I got 2 here. I got this Florida Kentucky game. This Kentucky team, I think, once again, my saying in the SEC, any given Saturday, any SEC team can beat any other SEC team. Florida's been shaky all year. They fired their head coach. Kentucky, they upset Auburn last week. They had some bad games this year, but they've also had some good games where they've kept it close and covered some spreads against some good teams. And I think that they have some good value here. Whenever I see a low total in the SEC, I like that because that means close games most of the time. Which when you have a 3.5 point spread, you need it to be a very close game. Also, 2 SEC teams facing off. When a dog's getting 3 points or more, that dog is 53-35 against the spread. That's 60%, boys. So I'm loving Kentucky here at home as a home dog, live dog in my opinion. And then I think we might have agreed on this one, Scotty, the Texas A&M.
I'm staying off it because of the. I'm staying off because of the line movement. No, I'm staying
Yeah.
off the.
Yeah, the line moved pretty significantly because Missouri's quarterback was announced to not be playing.
Yeah,
Texas A&M, they're one of those teams. It's like they're overperforming based upon what I think people thought they were going to do.
I don't know
Um,
about that. I disagree with that. I
you
think
thought
they're
they were
playing.
going to do this. You thought they were going to be this good with
No,
Marcel Reed at quarterback.
well, it's not a question I thought they'd be this good. They are this good. That's the bottom line. So I don't think they're overperforming. I think they're playing great. They're finding ways to win. They're focused and they're making a statement out there. That's why they're number 3 team in the nation. Blew
Yeah,
out LSU. Blew out LSU. Wasn't even a contest game in their last one, which is not an easy thing to do. They put up like 48 or whatever it was, 40 something at LSU. I mean, that game was really even a bigger blowout than the final score. And yeah, I mean they're playing great football. So whatever they're doing, not to buck heads with you, but they're doing it right, and that's why they're the number 3 team in the country and they're undefeated. So they are playing solid football. I like them in this spot, but the problem is it was 3.5. It's now 6.5. I don't want to buy that many points to get back to where my original thought was because I wanted to get down to 2.5. So I'd have to buy a lot of points. So I don't want to do that in this spot. So I'm going to just stay off it. But I don't think Missouri has the firepower, to play with them, especially with a backup quarterback.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's
That's
why
just
I'm on. That's why I'm on Texas A&M. I'm
who,
gonna.
who's
I'm gonna.
who's Kentucky playing again? I have my notes.
Florida.
Oh, okay, right, okay. Because there was one game you and I disagreed with. I think it was the Virginia play or something. There was a game on somebody like the opposite side of Virginia, and I thought Virginia's.
That's me. We'll get that in a minute.
That's
I'll let
me.
you give it out. I'll tell you why
Go
I'm
ahead,
using it in a
guys. I'll
minute.
let you. I'll let you go at it.
You want to fire away first? Tell them, Scott. I just Wake Forest Virginia game. The line is sitting solid 7-48 right now. I think we disagreed on this one yesterday, but I'm
We
going to
did.
take the points. I'm taking the points for Wake Forest. I'd buy it up to 7.5
Let
if
me
you
guess.
can.
Yes, you don't think they need the points in this one either?
This one they might need the points, but I'll take the 7.5. But they might not need them. Wake Forest, man, 4-1 their last 5 against the spread. They're 5-0 against the spread their last 5 games when playing on the road against Virginia. Wake Forest ain't no slump out there either. They're 5-3 going against an 8-1 Virginia team. I think that's too many points, though. I think you might get a little shocker in this one. Wake
Yeah.
Forest, 7.5 points, 7 points, 7.5. Too many points to give this team. The way these two play each other. We'll see what happens on Saturday night, but I'm jumping on Wake Forest. I'll take the 7.5 in this one.
I think you're totally wrong there. I don't see how they're going to play. They just got their ass opened up 42-7. Couldn't score any points against Florida State, who lets everyone score points on them. They got their ass chewed out. They won a cheesy game before that because SMU didn't do a damn thing. They won at 13-12. So they're not scoring points. They scored 13 points, which was a lot against SMU. They scored 7 points. They're playing against a high-powered offense. Virginia's having a great season. They lost their first game of the year. I had them actually in that game at 4.5. They lost by 4. Another great line by Scotty M to get the win on that, even though they lost the only game. They won 8 in a row. They're playing at home. I bring that line down to 5.5 in the opposite direction. You're going up to 7.5. I'm going down to 5.5. I think Virginia ass kicks this team, continues their winning ways. And I just don't like anything about Wake Forest. I don't see anything exciting there. 7 points, 13 points. They're not scoring. They're playing against the team they got to score points to stay with. I don't know if they're going to be able to score points on this team.
We'll see what happens when you look at the history in this matchup. These teams match
I don't
up
look.
well, and Wake Forest has covered 7 straight against Virginia.
Yeah,
7
well,
straight. They won 5 out of the last 6. I think it might be 6 out of the last 7 after this game on Saturday. Like I said, even a broken clock's right twice a day, right there, Teddy.
I don't know
You
what
know,
that
I
means.
I
I don't know
think
what that
that
means. Broken
I
clocks right twice a day.
I think that in college football, previous matchups mean more than in other sports. Like I don't care if in the NFL, I don't
Let me
care.
ask you a question. In the previous matchups, did Virginia have 8 straight wins in a row going into the matchup against them? because I think it would have been a lot different. You can't compare apples and oranges. It's what they're doing now is what determines what goes on, good or bad. One team's not playing well, the other team's playing tremendous. Yeah, can they not show up? Of course, but on paper, I mean, the game looks right, and if they play on the field like it is on paper, I think they don't have a chance against Virginia losing to Wake Forest. But hey, I could be wrong. I don't win them all. It is what it is. But the numbers look great, and they're playing fantastic football right now, and they're beating quality teams. That's the
I
key.
I got a trend. I know you love trends, T. I got a trend that I believe in with all my heart. Teams, the last 9 college football teams to fire their head coach are 7-2 against the spread after that, the first game after firing the head coach. And I'm looking at Maryland here. They just got their asses handed to them by Indiana, and they fired their head coach. And now they're playing Rutgers. They're a 1.5 favorite. I like
Yeah,
Maryland in this spot. I'm just taking them just because they fired their head coach. No other reason. I'm simply betting them because they fired their head coach. That's it.
not bad. 78% win percentage. I'll take it.
I'll take it all day. 7-2 against the spread after firing the head coach. It happens. It's the same thing with like when they change quarterbacks. Sometimes it just gives the team like this short-term boost of rejuvenation or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because the other team doesn't really have a lot of film and stuff to prepare for, and the new coach can throw in some new things. But it obviously is a thing because in all my years of betting, forget about this past 9 games with the 7-2. But it's something I've noticed in all my years of betting.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. I mean, adrenaline rush. You got a new coach. Maybe you get a little excited for him. You want to get him.
Yeah,
You work extra hard. You put the effort into the game. So I get it. I mean, I can get
yeah,
it. I mean, I also see it, not working out, but I can see the reasons why it should work out. Just a change of atmosphere. Sometimes when you're in a change of atmosphere, you feel a little looser and you play a little better. I mean,
absolutely,
I got a
absolutely. We
couple of
got
Saturday. I'm liking guys. If you don't, I
let's hear them. We're waiting.
I love Washington. I told you that on the show. 3-unit play. I rate them 1-5. I'm going to make Washington. I think they blow out Wisconsin. I don't even see this game being a contest. If they're making Washington on the road 11-11.5, I mean, Wisconsin's to me is it is what it is. They both had a bye week. Um, I just like this game. I think Wisconsin averaging 12 points a game this year. 12. I mean, against a team that's averaging 35. That's 23 points right there. And we're not even talking about the defenses, which Washington's defense is on the same playing field as Wisconsin's, if not better. I think this is an old-fashioned whooping, kick-ass game. I just don't see it. I mean, Washington just blew out Illinois pretty handily, won by like 3.5 touchdowns. 11. I'm bringing this game down to 10.5. I'm all over Washington big time. 3 units to blow out Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin has put a fork in them. They're done. Their season's over. They know it's over. And one other game I'll just throw on. I told you I like San Diego State. Best team, second best team in the whole nation in defense, allowing only 10 points a game, playing against Hawaii. They've won 6 straight. San Diego going into this game. I'm liking these teams with these winning streaks. Seems like they keep finding ways to keep winning. 3-1 on the road. Yeah, Hawaii's good at home. Hawaii's got a winning record, 6-3. I don't think they're going to be able to move the ball against San Diego State. I bring this line down to 6. It's about 6.5. I keep it at 6. I like San Diego State 4 units. That's it.
Yeah, we're making our way to the NFL Sunday.
Yep, we got about 10 minutes left, so let's do it, boys. Let's get into NFL. I'll start with you, T.
Me and Scotty talked about this game at the studio yesterday. I'm jumping on this Arizona Seattle game. The line's 6.5 and 45 right now. I'm jumping on Arizona on this one. I'm jumping on Seattle to take out
Hold on.
Arizona in this one. I scared Scotty for a second, but I'm taking Seattle to take Arizona out. I mean, Seattle is 6-1 their last 7 against the spread. Arizona 1-7 against the spread their last 8 games against Seattle. I think Seattle steamrolls them here on Sunday. Wins this game by 15 to 20 plus. Seattle in a big blowout on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't doubt you. I mean, the only scary thing is Jacoby Brissett came in and looked pretty damn good. Um, but that's that same thing. You bring in the new QB, he has a good game, and then all of a sudden it's all back to normal for him. So,
Yeah, it should be a good one on Sunday. It should be a good matchup. That's late too, 4 o'clock game going on Sunday.
what else you got on Sunday?
I got another game on Monday Night Football. We were going by the date, so I was just going to go by that. I think we lost Scotty there for a second, but I see if he jumps back in. But I'll give out the Monday night game, Philly Green Bay. I'm jumping on Green Bay minus the 2.5 on this one. The Eagles 0-4 their last four against the spread on Monday Night Football. I don't think, like I said yesterday, we're not going to hear "Fly Eagles Fly." I think all we're going to hear is "Go Pack Go." Packers coming off that crappy game last Sunday. I think they rebound. Jordan Love and the boys come out and take out the Eagles here on Monday Night Football. There
I
he
like
is. He's
that.
back.
He's
Sorry
back.
about that. I don't know. I got cut out of here somehow, some way.
I
I
was talking
like
about
that
the
one.
Phillies Green Bay game. I said I like the Packers as well. I know you were getting ready to talk about the Arizona Seattle game. I think we're both on the same side in that one.
I actually got two plays. I actually got three plays I like Sunday, if you don't mind, Teddy. I'll knock them
Go,
out fast. I like
go
New
right ahead.
England. I like New England in this spot. I think they're the right side of the game against Tampa. Won 6 straight games. I'm finding these teams with these long winning streaks. I gotta love it. Let's hope they keep the winning streaks going at least another week. 4-0 on the road, New England. They don't seem to be bothered when they're in other people's stadiums. They seem to rise to the occasion. I like them. They won 6 in a row. Drake May, wow, what can you say there? Baker's having a great, solid season. I just think the Patriots are too much for them to handle. And I'll grab that game and I'll go to 3.5 all day long. I'll take New England. I think they find a way to stay in it and win it. And that's it. New England, that's a 4-unit selection. So it's really high end. I'm all over what T said on Seattle. I think they absolutely manhandle. I think Arizona, that cheesy ass win against Dallas means nothing to me. Probably meant nothing to T as well. You got a great running game for Seattle. You got a great passing game with Sam Darnold. No rust on him from last year. He's picked it up, having another great season. 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, throwing for almost 2,100 yards. I get this line down to minus 5.5. Seattle at 6.5. T, is that line 6.5 still?
6.5 everywhere. I see only one place has it up there. It's Pinnacle's got it at 7, but solid 6.5 almost every sports book across the country.
The only thing I'm shaky about on that game for making it like a super duper fragilistic expialidocious kind of game is Seattle's 2-2 at home. They play better on the road. That's the only thing that's holding me back. But I think they're going to come out with an ass kicker. They got to have a showcase game at home, and I think this is going to be it. I mean, as good as Jacoby Brissett, played, and he played extremely well. Can't take anything away from him in that last win against Dallas. But it is still Dallas. This is not that tough 12th man in Seattle with that raucous crowd. I'm going to jump all over Seattle with T. I'm agreeing. Minus 5.5. That's a 4-unit play. And one other play, the late game, I'm going to ride with the Chargers. I'm going to money line them against the Steelers. I think the Chargers are the right side of this game. I think that schedule of the Steelers, Green Bay, Colts, now traveling on the West Coast to play the Chargers. That's a tough schedule, man, in 3 weeks going in on that. So I'm thinking Justin Herbert and Harbaugh are going to have a nice little game plan, and they're going to find a way to win that game, and I'm going to money line it. So all I got to do is win it, and I get paid. That's it.
I like that play. If you're going to bet that, I think money line's the way to go because I'm seeing it at 3.5. I'm seeing it at 2.5. And I'll tell you what, I think this is going to be a field goal game either way. I think Aaron Rodgers and his weapons keep this team in the game. I don't disagree. I just think my personal bet on that game would be 3.5.
They're the worst.
Uh,
The problem is, Teddy, they're the worst team in the league against the pass is the Steelers. And Justin
yeah,
Herbert, when he's hot, he can rip your ass apart.
and
when
he's
you
got
got
Rondé Gadsden Jr. now, the Dolphins quarterback's son. I mean, the Dolphins' old wide receiver. His son is tight end for LA, and he is looking incredible.
Yeah, I talked to
yes,
him the other day. I actually had a beer with him the other night around.
Oh yeah,
His
you're
son's out
friends with
there.
him. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
He comes in. He has beers where I hang out at all the time. Him and Daryl. his son's playing good football, man. I remember those kids were little kids, man. Porter's son's out there playing with the Steelers right now, and the other
It
guy's
might be
playing with the Chargers.
a good prop play that there's going to be an interception thrown by these quarterbacks. I don't know if you can get a combo, but I think somehow, some way, there's going to be a pick, whether it's Aaron Rodgers that throws the pick or Justin Herbert that throws the pick. If you could get a combination of a pick, I might want to bet that. I think that, these kind of defenses, I know the Steelers defense is kind of shit, but they could rise to the occasion like they showed up last week out of nowhere and force the Colts into some mistakes. But I think Herbert could throw one, or Rodgers, because they might want to start showcasing their arms, and that means they're going to be throwing the ball, a lot. And one of those balls could get deflected or whatever the case may be. So a good prop might be an interception in that game by the quarterback or both quarterbacks, if you could play it that way.
I thought this total would be like 47, 48. It's only 44.5, man. They're kind of putting a little low total on this game. Not touching the total, but I would have thought it would have been about 47. It's only 44.5 right now.
Yeah, it is a low total. Let me get out my plays really quick, guys, and then we'll tell the new audience where they can find you guys at. So really fast, this is my favorite NFL play of the week right here. This Ravens Vikings over. You got two quarterbacks that were hurt for weeks. They both came back. They both shined. They look like stars of the show. I don't see that stopping. You got a good defense and a bad defense. You got the Vikings defense under Brian Flores, very good defense. The Ravens defense is trash. Thing is, guys, I don't know if this Vikings team can stop. This Ravens offense is powerful. I don't know who's going to win this game. I don't know who's going to cover the spread. But in the Vikings' last 6 games, all the games have gone over. In the Ravens' last 6 games as favorites, all the games have gone over. Ravens are favorites in this one. So I love the over. I like 47. It's at 48 right now. I hate buying totals. It's very rare that I buy totals. But in this situation, I would just get it at 47. I think it's a nice number. I love that number of 47. I'm going over there, and then I'm going with these hot Panthers. Who would have thought? Panthers with a winning record in week 10, 5-4. Bryce Young playing very good. After people wrote him off after a bad rookie year, he's starting to bring it together and pull it together. So
yep. He's been in and out of the lineup, and now he's back in, and he's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I think he's going to keep it going. And that's all she wrote, boys. We got a big week. I appreciate you guys coming on. TK, let the people know where they can find you.
Well, the best place to find me, man, if you guys got social media, the best place to find me, go to @TKWins, TKWINS. Best place to find me there. You can hit me up there, message a lot of stories I put up daily, a lot of trends and stuff I put up there. All you got to do when you're in social media at TKWins, just click that bio, follow them links, and you can get right to me. Or like I said, you can message me anytime. I always answer pretty quick. So check me out on Instagram, TKWins. It's the best place.
So there you go. All right, guys, listen, check out what we're doing. It's pretty amazing, actually, what we are doing on our broadcast channel. It's only on Instagram, and the free pick videos that we put out each and every day. We put it out there for you guys to, take a look at it and see if you agree or disagree, whatever you want to do. It's there for you to check out. But if you go to my official page with the blue check mark verified, it's SM Sports Picks, PICKS. Also have specials I run pretty much on a daily basis where you can have the opportunity of getting some preferred games as well. But SM Sports Picks on Instagram. Click and join the broadcast channel. It's all free.
Awesome. And guys, you know where you could find me. You go to the_profits_pick. Go on there, check out my free winnable, check out my broadcast channel. It's all there. If you guys come back on the show, I'm going to get us all QR codes so that when you tell people where they can find you, a little QR code will pop up on the screen for all our people viewing on X. It looks like we had a couple thousand people on I still call it Twitter. I don't know about
Twitter,
you guys.
same as me. I'm old school. I call it Twitter as well.
But I call it Twitter. But we had a couple thousand viewers on Twitter, and I'm sure they're all looking for good, selections to follow daily. So you can find me at the_profits_pick on Instagram. And guys, last but not least, you can find us at YouTube, Get the Edge Podcast. You watch that show also. And then we'll just bring the audiences together. But guys, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in our group chat, and I'll see you
Yep.
guys in person next week.
Thanks,
Perfect. I appreciate the invite today.